We moved to one of the #1 top dive destinations in the entire world, and I figured I'd start getting back into scuba diving. And after our first couple dives, I realized how peaceful it was underwater and how none of my problems followed me. You're just there in the present moment. I had the idea for Warfighter Scuba, and I kind of hinted at it, and they said, "You go for it." And that's basically how Warfighter Scuba was born. So Warfighter Scuba is a nonprofit. We're a 501c3 nonprofit with the IRS. We bring combat wounded veterans down to the Caribbean to teach them scuba diving to treat their wounds. Whether their wounds are physical or mental, such as PTSD, scuba diving is a extremely therapeutic activity for mental stressors and for physical ailments. Mentally, as soon as you go underwater, your body just reacts. It's not normal. You're not meant to breathe underwater. It automatically puts you into the present moment. You have nothing but peace and calm. This ability to separate yourself from reality really allows veterans to find out what their trigger mechanism might be for their particular mental stressors. So every veteran who comes through our programs gets a 100% funded trip. Each veteran also receives a round-trip ticket from their home of record. That ticket will bring them straight into Roatan, and their entire week stay, their hotel, their meals, their snacks, everything's paid for. And so that veteran can get an entire week away from reality and completely separate from any kind of problems they might be facing at home. So each veteran receives very private and intimate training sessions when they come down to Roatan. We first start in the pool. We do some confined water skills. We'll then switch out to the open water dives. From that point on, it's not even training anymore. It's just fun. It's learning on a level that I don't think most people have experienced before. We do all the certifications for them that we can in a week at their pace, from open water to full face mask to nitrox. Every trip that we have, whether it's one veteran or 4 veterans at a time, we just have a blast. There's no bad karma. We've seen sharks, we've seen turtles. We've seen 4 eagle rays at once. Just the things that happen when we're in the water together are truly, they're just unbelievable. The dedication that these vets have now to scuba diving and to wanting to come back and to help other veterans experience what they've experienced, it hits me in the heart more than most things have ever hit me in my heart. It's truly an honor to take these heroes into the water. It's really cool to see the transformation that happens to them, from being, oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. I've gone snorkeling a few times, or I'm not that good of a swimmer. And the funny thing about scuba is none of that matters. You're completely weightless in the water. You could come down and have 0 experience in the water and be one of the better scuba divers out there. So as with all nonprofits, we rely solely on generous donors such as yourselves. None of these programs could exist without people who are willing to give some of their hard-earned money up to save veterans who might be struggling with everyday life and have that unfortunate thought of suicide. 100% of every dollar that's donated goes directly to the veterans. I personally, myself, I do not take any kind of money. All my time is donated. There's no salary to anybody who's on the board or any staff positions in Warfighter. Donations can be made on our website at www.warfighterscuba.org. And remember, every donation is 100% tax deductible.
History repeats itself. History is always happening over and over again. So one of the ways to stop a theme, one of the ways to stop something from reoccurring is to first of all admit it. It didn't take long for us to quickly realize that There was power behind Mission 22, power behind its brand, power behind its message, and power behind its people that represented it.
All right, my friends, day 19 of 22, the 22-day push-up challenge. Day 19 means 418 men and women have possibly committed suicide in the last 19 days. I went and looked up my ship, the USS Rushmore. More people who have killed themselves by now than ever served on our ship at one time in just 19 days.
19, 20, 21. One more. Y'all ready for the last one?
Mission 22 has become a decentralized nationwide effort to show love, to raise money, to be available for other warriors, to be able to be a point of contact, to let the warriors know, but also for warriors to let other warriors know that there is a community. You're not alone. This isn't happening in silence. You're not forgotten. We brought 4 veterans from all different parts of the United States and brought them together to hike through the state of Oregon.
May God bless you on your journey. Thank you for serving our country and for being willing to go on this walk. I'm praying you feel peace and strength with each mile.
On this hike, some folks found God, some folks remained sober, some folks lost a significant amount of weight to be able to participate. And not so much just a healing walk for us as warriors, but for us to contribute to other people's healing. This hike, we raised $12,000 for endobiogeny. Some of the folks on this hike, they're going to be volunteers for this treatment. And I couldn't be more pleased and more proud because it was difficult. We had a lot of struggles. Not everything on this hike went pretty, but we put some skin in the game. At the end of the day, we were able to raise money and we'll be able to use that money so guys can get the treatment that they need. The War at Home Monument is an example of our social impact, of our awareness, of our permanent fixture to do the work that we can't always do, to always remind us of what we've lost and what we will lose if we don't reconcile it. What we've done is taken 20 different veterans with their families' permission and used them as a silhouette to cut out of a 3,000-pound plate of steel. These warriors are placed in a V, and this is to show the size of the problem. This is to show the empty space they leave behind. And it's also to be a constant reminder of what happens when we don't listen to the stories of the warriors that fought in our name. Because it's not okay. It's not okay that everyone didn't know about veteran suicide. It's not okay that these things were a secret or left unsaid, or that it was shameful. It's not okay that it's shameful to suffer alone and suffer in silence, because if you ask for help, that you're no longer a warrior, that you're weak.
So I come back and I thought everybody else changed. So I pushed my family away. And it took a long time to really realize it because I didn't want to look internally. I got my Class A CDL and hit the road. I was on the road for about 8 years trucking. And this makes me think about how insignificant all of the major things going on are. I mean, what, 1 million years ago, that blew up. And, over time became this.
Whether it's hiking mountains or building monuments, it takes a community to heal a warrior. Warriors didn't get damaged and didn't become separated from the sunlight of the spirit on their own. It happened in the name of this nation. We can change the way we think about war, how we think about warriors, how we think about ourselves, and what we think we're going to do in the American community. We can do it now. We can do it here. And there's going to be another generation of warriors coming. We can set the tone to create a culture that grabs them up and loves them and smothers them in resources and opportunity right now. History repeats itself. History is always happening over and over.
When people hear it's Valhalla Project, the first thing they might think of is our shirts. But what most people don't know is that our plaques came first and the t-shirts came second. What some people might not know is that the same shirts that we make day in and day out allowed us to do unbelievable things for unbelievable people. Whether it's donating our proceeds to reduce veteran suicide or gifting handcrafted memorial plaques to the families of fallen heroes, these t-shirts simply stand for honor and freedom, 2 words that wouldn't exist without our heroes. This makes Till Valhalla Project a place our fallen heroes truly live on forever.
They say it's a matter of time, 1,000 days and the sun won't shine before I come back to you. For your love I will go far, I wanna be wherever you are. I know I'm coming back for you.
Brother, it's good to see you.
My love is a river long, the best ride in a million wrongs. I know I'm coming back to you. And I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me. And I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me. I'm making my way home, I'm making my way.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As promised, we are back with the Big Block Modifieds right here at Learnerville. 213 up. Michael Vitale at the top of the board. He's riding that high side, which is feast or famine at times as he gets into that inside wheel. Clayton, welcome back. What are you looking for in the Big Block Modifieds?
Man, as we roll off into qualifying here, I just think it's going to be, you know, who can run the top without getting bit by the top. Everybody's going to be up there. It's going to slick off. These tires that are on this car, the amount of power coming out of this car, it's going to wear away a little bit fast. And I think we're going to see somebody maybe working the bottom early like Ryan Stillwell last week, or maybe somebody down there, 10, 15 laps in. Whoever can get down to the bottom and get adjusted to the bottom, I think they can make headway the second half of this race when that top goes away.
And we are getting ready. A matter of fact, we're in the middle of the qualifying, brought to you by Tight Lines Apparel. Have a passion for the great outdoors and fishing? Tight Lines Apparel has all your fishing apparel needs for the whole family, from women's to men's and youth sizes. Family owned and operated. Tight Lines Apparel has a passion for the outdoors, and everything is custom made to order, from tees to hoodies. Tight Lines Apparel is your one-stop shop for all your fishing apparel needs. Act now and use Sim Racer Ship for free shipping on your order. That's Sim Racer Ship for free shipping. Be sure to give them a like and a follow on Facebook and Instagram and get the whole family set up with Tight Lines Apparel. Keep it tight with Tight Lines Apparel. Michael Vitale at the top of the board currently. Grant Wesley in P2. Billy Roberts shutting it down. He's in P3. 21, car of Anthony Vitale Jr. winds up P6. 57, Animal Racing Scott Scheuer out on track. We will follow along with the 57 machine. I'd like to thank the great folks at Tight Lines Apparel for bringing you the Quick Time Award. That goes out to the drivers every week for the Quick Time in all 3 divisions. Great company out there. Make sure that you check out our sponsors here, as it is sponsors who make this whole thing happen. And without people visiting those sites, the sponsors will not come back. So get out there and visit the sponsors and support them. 09 of Ryan Stillwell out on track. The last car to take qualifying here. Ninth quick for Stillwell. So Animal Racing comes in at 2, 3, and 9. So we will see. Michael Vitale takes home your Tight Lines Apparel Quick Time.
I guess he's learning from last night's hosted race that we all ran in together. Michael's fast last night, carrying it over into today. We'll see if he can't keep that 213 up front. Saw the same thing in the street stock race. He qualified towards the front, made it for the invert, started on the pole, and Grant Wesley just hunting the front like he always does. Made the pass, ran away with it. We'll see if Michael can't maybe throw a wrench in Grant Wesley's plans to go to the front here in this one.
Yeah, man, we got about a minute. Why don't you pull Michael into the booth and have a word with your Tight Lines Apparel Quick Time Award winner?
I was just thinking the same thing. Michael, this is Clayton in the booth. You got me?
I got you, Clayton.
Hey, man. Quick Time, Tight Lines Apparel Quick Time Pole Award for you this week. We saw the same thing in the feature for the street stock race. Started up front. Grant Wesley kind of just, stalking you from behind. Do you think you're going to be able to keep him behind you possibly later in this race for the feature?
I'm going to give it one hell of a try.
That's what we love to hear, man. What's your strategy going into this one? Do you think we're gonna, see you dive down to the middle, the bottom as the top goes away, or do you plan to just let it sail up top the whole time tonight?
I plan on keeping it up top as long as I can, but eventually I would think we're going to have to cut it down a little bit. But we'll see how the track develops.
Yes, sir, man. Well, we wish you the best of luck tonight.
I appreciate it, guys.
Good luck, brother. That was Michael Vitale with your Tight Lines Apparel Quick Time for tonight. We're getting ready to go green here in about 20 seconds. Any last thoughts, Clayton?
Michael just alluded to it perfectly. It's keep it up top as much as you can, and then maybe when you see 1 or 2 guys in front of you go over or maybe make a few mistakes, that's kind of when you make your decision. Okay, I need to move down and see if you can't find some speed and make it work down on the bottom. I know, just from experience running on here quite a bit on the sim, it can be fast, that's for sure.
Michael Vitale, Grant Wesley on the front row. Scott Scheuer, Billy Roberts in row 2. Chris Cox on the inside of row number 3 with Eddie Neal to his outside. Jake Henry, Anthony Vitale Jr. are in row number 4. And Ryan Stillwell will round out your field of 9 drivers.
Michael Vitale to the outside here.
88 car of Grant Wesley. We saw that 88 work that top side. So maybe a little bit of strategy here by the 213 in heat number 1. 10 laps to get it done. 213 takes that outside. I'm looking for a slide job from the 88 in turn 1 and 2. Next time we should get the green flag. Lights are off on the pace truck as Michael Vitale will take us to the green flag.
Yeah, sometimes when the guy behind you is faster and you know he is, kind of the best defense you can play is just run his line. So as long as Grant doesn't clear him, if Mikey can stay up top with no incidents here, we might see that 213 pull off a heat race win.
As Vitale is coming off at turn 4 on the loud pedal, the 213. What a restart by Vitale. Vitale in the 213 with a great restart, or with a great start. The 88 car of Grant Wesley into P2. Billy Roberts in the 99 is up to P3 as Scott Scheuer looks inside that 99 trying to make something happen. Eddie Neal in the 318 has fallen back to, or he's up 1 to P5. Anthony Vitale Jr. battling out with Chris Cox on his outside. New York driver in the 21. Des Moines, Iowa in the 515 going at it. The 171 of Jake Henry is in P8. Ryan Stillwell is the final car on the lead lap. Grant Wesley again in P2. Top 3 getting nose to tail. Now the rest of the field nose to tail. Who is going to be the first car to jump out of line? We will see here momentarily. Michael Vitale, your practice that you talked about, Clayton, must have done some good. That 213 looks to be on a rail. 88 car of Grant Wesley ducks down low. Will he lose momentum as Billy Roberts in that 99 machine? Owner-operator of Gears Unlimited. As always, Billy, thank you for your support of all things iRacing. And, man, none of this would be possible without Gears Unlimited. So greatly appreciated, sir. Scott Scheuer in the 57 MP4. Oh, Bill, just as I said that, Billy Roberts goes for a tumble. Let's take a look. The 99 car bails off of the top lane. He was running in P3. 99 car right behind Wesley. Just gets over the edge. And over he goes. So let's do this. Let's go on board with the 99. This ought to be a ride. You can see him closing in on the 88 car of Grant Wesley right in front of him. Billy Roberts, Wesley, and Vitale on the high side. You can see that rear end just get over that outside. Again, once you see grass and sky and grass and fence, that is never a good thing for a race car driver. Over he goes. Michael Vitale on lap 7 of 10 at the front of the field. Grant Wesley in P2. Scheuer in P3. Eddie Neal and Ryan Stillwell round out your field, or your top 5. Getting ready to go back to green with 4 laps to go. Clayton never experienced the sky ground in real life. I know you have raced for real in the past. Man, I'm not looking forward to that part of it.
Oh, it's a wild one. Thank God for, safety features and stuff like that. If I know you, man, you got a good group of people around you, you'll be.
As we delay the caution, let that 99 get back on track. Billy Roberts rejoins the rear end of the field. Lights are off on the pace truck. Michael Vitale at the front of the field. Grant Wesley in P2. Looks like Vitale has really found a line around this track that's working for him, Clayton.
Absolutely. As long as he can stay up front and not give Grant the opportunity to slide, I don't think this early that the bottom's going to be quicker. It's just, can he get far enough away from that 88 to prevent... We've almost had another caution there towards the back. Michael does clear him on the back stretch. Oh, tough break. Anthony Vitale jumped the restart, and we've got a spin.
Vitale and Grant Wesley going at it up front. I do not see a caution on lap 9 of 10. Vitale holding down the point in the 213. Wesley P2. Scott Scheuer in the 57 P3. Eddie Neal P4. Ryan Stillwell rounds out your top 5 as the 99 of Billy Roberts is going to battle back. He wants a top 5 side by side with the 515 with that was it. Vitale, Wesley, Scheuer, Neal, Stillwell, your top 5. I was ready to go more racing, apparently. We will have 2 minutes of warm-up, ladies and gentlemen. We will be right back.
Our biggest thing is getting the word out, awareness of Mission 22, the struggle as it is to fight PTSD and suicide. My name is Corey Decker. I'm the state representative for Mission 22. This year's been great. We got a bunch of great guys that have gotten together and decided to create this rally. The word's getting out, and it's turned into quite an event where we can actually help a lot of veterans. It's a great event, but you really have to go and see it for yourself, and it's really one of those things that's an experience. Just going that weekend, we've seen how it changes people.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to go feature racing. We're going to have 40 laps to get it done. You saw the 213 of Michael Vitale. He got it done during the heat race. Grant Wesley was not far off his trail. We do invert the top 4. Therefore, Eddie Neal will start on the inside of the front row with Scott Scheuer to his outside. Grant Wesley, Michael Vitale in row 2. Ryan Stillwell, Chris Cox in row number 3. Billy Roberts, Jake Henry in row number 4. And Anthony Vitale Jr. will round out your field of 9 drivers. All right, man, I'm ready to get this done. These cars are going to get around this track a lot faster than did the dirt street stock, so I'm getting excited. It's time to go racing here.
Absolutely, and with, we know even having this level of talent from the drivers, with more speed comes more risk, more chances of contact. So these guys are definitely going to put on a show here.
Eddie Neal will take the outside. Excuse me, in that 318. That puts Scott Scheuer to his inside in the 57. Grant Wesley on the inside. So you got teammates lined up 1, 2, 3 on the inside. That's Animal Racing Crew. That is Scheuer, Wesley, and Stillwell. As the green flag comes out, we are under green. Eddie Neal with the great restart in the 318. 57 takes a peek inside the 318. Scheuer, can he get some bite off that middle? Yes, sir, it is Scheuer at the line. Scheuer will keep it down low, moves up to the middle, slide job coming. Put the 57 to the point. 318 falls back to P2. Grant Wesley over the edge.
Over the edge. We've
His
got a
teammate
big
called
pile
it.
up.
He got back on the track, but Wesley goes over the edge. I think his teammate jinxed him there. 318 and the 88 battling it out off of turn 2.
Oh, it looks like the 318 of Eddie Neal kind of just gets in there a little too sideways, causes everybody to check up in front of him.
Watching that now. Yeah, he over rotates in the middle of 3 and 4 does the 318. Here comes the 213, avoids. 515 gets in the back. We got a pile up behind them. So that leaves Animal Racing 1-2. Scott Scheuer at the front of the field on lap 3 of 40. So it did not take long for us to go to caution there. I'm glad that my headset no longer has feedback. So we might be back in the game here.
Yeah, talk about a break for Grant Wesley. If there was going to be any contact from that 88 going over, he was going to go to the back and have to work all the way up. Got real lucky jumping the ledge, coming back on clean. 88 back on the front row.
Here we go. 57 throws it in hard, gets a great restart. Teammate Grant Wesley, he will dive down to the bottom. This is a madhouse at the front of the field as Billy Roberts fades through the field. The 21 car of Vitale Jr. We saw the Vitale brothers night after night get together running a similar line as Chris Cox takes a peek on the bottom side.
And Michael might be frustrated in that 213, but his brother pulled off quite the slide job right there. Nice and clean. No contact that was unnecessary. 21 to P4. Grant Wesley, slide job for the lead and almost off of the backstretch again. Man, his teammate did call it. Grant is struggling with the ledges right now in the modifieds.
Yeah, that's got to be tough to judge how far these cars are going to actually slide. Scheuer with the lead. Wesley battling it out in the 88. These teammates are... Oh, we got somebody around. I didn't see who went off the top. Possibly the 21.
Anthony. Yes, sir. Anthony Vitale just catches it a little too much. Anthony going to go to the back here.
Over the top he goes. Anthony Vitale hasn't had a lot of good luck here as of late, as the 21 almost goes up into the stands there. For those of you out there in the stands, I saw a couple of photos where folks have found Dale Earnhardt Jr. here in the stands. I will not search for him, but I think it's somewhere around the exit of turn number 4. Believe that or not. You and I talked about joystick control of cameras last week, Clayton. Might be a good assignment there to search right there somewhere at the exit of turn 4, not necessarily in the stands, unless that's somebody playing a trick, but saw a picture of it, actually. If it's on the internet, it must be true.
Yeah. If that's the logic you're going with, Joe, I don't know what to tell you.
That's what happens to old people, man. I told you, do not get old. Scott Scheuer on the front of the field. Grant Wesley up to P2 in that 88 machine. Chris Cox in P3. Vitale in the 213 in P4. Billy Roberts rounds out your top 5 as we will get ready to go side by side here. Lights are still on the pace truck.
Trying to get that 21 here.
Vitale Jr. here. He comes out of the pits now. Like to give all drivers the best opportunity possible as caution laps do not count. The 21 will come out of the pits. Anthony Vitale Jr. drives a real modified up in New York, I believe. So I need to talk to Michael Vitale, Clayton. I'm so confused. I think his brother and dad are in New York. Is that accurate? And he's
I
in
believe
Pennsylvania?
I think no, Michael's a New Yorker, I believe.
Green flag comes back out. Scott Scheuer takes over the lead. Somewhere I saw he was from Pennsylvania. I'm not sure where that is. I need to talk to him. Scott Scheuer followed by Grant Wesley. Animal Racing running 1-2. Chris Cox in the 515 in P3. Billy Roberts P4. Michael Vitale in the 213 is in P5. Ryan Stillwell in the 09. That is the third and final Animal Racing driver. Battle it out back there with a bunch of red, white, and blue cars.
Yeah, Michael Vitale did absolutely amazing on those paint schemes for Outlaw. Made me one. I've taken a lot of nice shots with him. Anybody looking for paints, I would definitely hit up Michael Vitale.
Does he do that now for the public?
I don't know, but I mean, you know what they say, money talks. I'm sure if somebody pitched in $20-30, Michael would probably be able to put something together. I mean, he did these just out of the kindness of his own heart. Hey guys, I made these and I love mine. I've taken tons of photos. I think it's my desktop background. He did incredible with them.
Yeah, he has. You know, man, this is the great thing about iRacing. Watched Michael when he first came into the league, or into iRacing, actually. I don't know how we found each other, but, man, you can watch people. I think that's the most enjoyment I get out of iRacing is watching people when they come in and how they advance. And Michael Vitale has just been an A+.
We've got the 171 off the track.
Jake Henry around. Let's take a look. There is the 171. He's running behind Billy Roberts. Makes it out of 1 and 2. Okay. Gets in there a little bit hot. Takes a different line there. Just goes over the edge. He's able to woe it up before he gets into the wall. 171 will be able to rejoin the fight. Green flag comes back out. Scott Scheuer in the 57. Great restart. Teammate right behind him. Billy Roberts sends it down low. Moves up behind the 515. He's got the final. Oh, Billy Roberts got that wheel crank. Car not going anywhere. Ryan Stillwell involved. Let's take a look. Stillwell into 09. He's on the outside of the 99. Billy Roberts. Stillwell checks up the 21. Does not. 09 around on the front stretch. On lap 18 of 40, Scott Scheuer at the front of the field.
I really want to, rethink in the two incidents. I mean, it's so easy to have two incidents on dirt. You're racing hard, you're sliding, you're bumping. I don't think I've ever seen a dirt race go without any contact. I really would love to change it to maybe a 3-strike you're out policy for the incidents, because some people just have the bad luck. I myself have had it multiple times. They say rage quitting is only a thing for like playing PlayStation and stuff, and I've wanted to sell this rig before I've had so much bad luck. So definitely, some people just don't have the best luck, man. We saw there just a lot of incidental contact, just fighting for a position. Nobody's going to go to the back for that. We don't want to penalize over everything. We'll let these guys race a little bit. 1 to green here.
Yeah, man, I am down with that 100%. As we saw, we saw a little bit of everything last Friday night together. So, yeah, I agree 100%. Maybe 2 is not enough. The initial, what you don't know before you came on board, the initial was 3. Drivers voted on 2. So, yeah, man, I'm not sure where that sweet spot is. But 57 of Scheuer off the top side gets a great restart over his teammate. That is the 88 of Grant Wesley. Chris Cox into P3. Michael Vitale trying to move up 213. We saw him have a great run in the heat race. Looks like that 515. I think Chris Cox is a master of keeping a car below him pinned down. I have seen that time and time again. There's nothing illegal about it. He just runs a line that does not give his competitors a great line to run as he does the 213. Grant Wesley now starting to put the pressure on his teammate. Let's go on board with that 88 machine as he puts some pressure on the 57. Caution comes back out. Vitale Jr. involved once again.
Yeah, I was watching this one for quite a few laps. 21 just throwing very aggressive lines here.
Yeah, he came in there super steep. Looks like he checks up 318 Eddie Neal below him, and then a little bit of
looks like there's
neck coat a little bit there.
Yeah, nobody's gonna get a penalty out of this just because of that. You see the initial contact, and then the left. They would have been able to drive away from it, but the left rear just picks up.
Take another look. Let's go on the right front, left front. So there's the initial contact, which the 318 drives away from, but I don't see we're on the nose. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't hear contact, Clayton, but that's just my camera angles.
Yeah,
that, sir, is why you get the big dollars.
Yeah, looks like maybe just a little bump. Nothing major, just a little door. That happens, but the net code is what kicked off the chaos behind. tough break for Billy Roberts. We saw him fighting, almost right outside the top 5. And just luck of the draw there, got turned and starting in the back. Here we go.
Scott Scheuer with a great restart. Grant Wesley. Looks like the 5:15 is starting to close in as Scheuer, he's starting to run that lower line. Wesley battling it out with Chris Cox. Chris Cox now starting to figure it out. We're going to get those long run and short run cars setups figured out. Michael Vitale in P4. Eddie Neal in P5. Scheuer running that bottom side with the 88 of Grant Wesley to his outside. Clayton, how about we take a moment and do our version of Turn It Up? So let's take some laps here around Learnerville.
Wesley off the backstretch. Wow. I hate to interrupt Turn It Up, but holy
we
cow.
Captured that on the broadcast, actually. You are correct. Grant Wesley goes off the edge there. Somehow, he is able to come back on. He only loses a couple positions. I think he came into that in second place. Now he's on the outside of Michael Vitale for P3. 88 car outside the 213. They have Chris Cox in front of him. So that 88 car, he's looking for a podium as Vitale now dives down low. It looked like the top 3 were shot out of a rocket on that high side off of turn 4.
The way Grant was able to re-enter turn 3 after being off the ledge was probably one of the coolest things I've seen on the sim since being a part of iRacing. That was incredible to watch.
Yeah, man. I've been out this a long time. I have been off every corner of Learnerville. Not ever been able to save it like that. Grant Wesley getting it done in the 88. He moves up into that third. Wesley diving down low. He's in the grass underneath the 515.
I've seen that line work. I ran it a little bit last night, picked up a few spots down there. Once the top goes away, you can get down there. You just have to be able to slow the car down enough. Grant Wesley showing how to properly, weed eat the edges of the infield here at Learnerville right now.
Bottom in 1 and 2, top in 3 and 4. That seems to be the magic if you can make it work as the 515. Chris Cox holding on for his life here into P2 as Scott Scheuer. He loves to see this in his rearview mirror if he runs one. He's out in the lead as the 2 come off side by side off of turn 4. It is Chris Cox with that lead for P2. Michael Vitale, the 213, not getting far from this mess. Let's go on board with the 513, see what's going on in front of him. As you see the 88 get a great run off the top side. This time Wesley stays up high. Lap 37 of 40. Clayton, we're getting down there. 88 car up high. Slides, gets in. Guy gets on the outside of the 515. Will he do it again? Wesley fighting the outside. Will he make the pass? Yikes, he's right on the edge. Wesley off the top of 4. 2 to go. Wesley moves up to P2. Will he have anything for his teammate? Wesley has found a groove on the high side that nobody else is running. Wesley coming off at turn 4. We're coming to 1 to go. He's got a run on his teammate. Wesley absolutely putting on a clinic. 57 car, that's Scott Scheuer down low. Both animal racing drivers. Will Wesley have anything off the... What a great run to the finish for the 88. It does not get much better than that, Clayton.
Not one bit. Those guys running the ledge, man, like that. That's so cool to see.
He found that at the last minute. I don't know if it was planned or, I don't have any idea. Wesley got on a rail late. And as soon as you get your picture, we will get a word with your top three. That's Chris Cox, Grant Wesley, and Scott Scheuer. Clayton will catch up with Chris Cox here momentarily as soon as they do a little bit of administrative duties here. Wow, that was amazing. I see Chris Cox in the booth. I see Scott Scheuer. There is Grant Wesley. So all three drivers in the booth. Clayton, you got Chris Cox?
I will in about 10 seconds.
No worries. What a great finish.
All right, here comes
Yes,
Chris
the
Cox.
Animal Racing comes home P1, 2, and 7.
What's up?
Chris Cox is Clayton in the booth. You got me, bud?
Yes, I do.
Man, what a run for you tonight. Starting 6, picking up 3 spots, getting a podium finish. Man, what was it going to take to get by those front 2 tonight?
Crashing them. That's one thing that would have got me by him. Crashing them.
That's always an option.
Yeah.
Were you,
I had nothing for him. I would have just had to throw it in there and dart him off out of the way. And
were you able to find speed? Were you able to find speed anywhere besides the top tonight?
The middle was kind of fast. You kind of had to like throw it in there and just kind of what do you want to say? Straight line the corner, and it was fast. Otherwise, once the marble got back up on the top, that became fast. But otherwise, there's nothing.
Absolutely, man. Well, who do you got to thank on that 515 tonight, bringing it home P3?
I'd like to thank MJC Desktop Fabrications, Cox Gaming, my team Top Secret. You guys for putting this on. Joe for streaming it. That's everybody.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations tonight.
Yep.
We will catch up with P2 of Grant Wesley in that 88 machine. Grant, this is Joe. You got me?
Yes, I got you.
Man, if you watch, you should be able to see the broadcast now. Can you not?
I haven't checked.
Man, that 88 car, I don't know where it came from, but it came very late. You found something up high and were on a rail. The 88 car moved up. You passed the 515. I thought you had something for your teammate there. Man, what did you find up high?
Yeah, so that's the thing, man, with all the different cars on the iRacing service, they wear the track differently, and I love that about it. With these big blocks, with the street stocks, it was up top the whole race. With the big blocks, it kind of caught me off guard. I was thinking top side. I didn't think it'd slick off that much. And in 1 and 2, that top side went away there at the midpoint, and that's when I fell back. So I was fighting with those guys for that bottom real estate there in 1 and 2. And then the track just kind of got to a point again where I could use the top, and that's what I did the last 5 laps. And man, it was on a rail. Good job to Scott though on the win. He drove a great race.
Yeah, man, I was calling it and at the edge of my seat when that 88 come to life on that high side. Man, maybe you came up there, what do you think, 2 laps too late, or was it about right?
It was close to being right. Maybe I could have went up a lap earlier or 2, yeah, and that would have made the difference. I was honestly about 1 lap short there.
All right, man. So great run by the 88. You put it on the podium. Who do you want to thank for your second podium of the night?
Yeah, as always, A&J Landscaping, Gears Unlimited, Vitaly Motorsports, Sightlines Apparel. Thanks to you guys for supporting this league. Clayton for doing the administration, best in the business. You, Joe, got your Six Racing Network. Thank you guys for doing the broadcasts. I'd like to thank my teammates with Animal Racing, my friends and family for watching, and my girlfriend, Brittany.
All right, man. And now it's time for the Evansville, Indiana weather report.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, well, we are, I'd say right now we're hanging on to the last of the warmth. Got that massive cold front coming down. I think could have a blizzard here come Thursday or Friday, but, we're like in the 20s and we're looking at negative weather coming our way.
Yeah, man. So typically people hate to hear that. I'm in California. You think probably I'm a nutcase, but man, I miss the snow a little bit, and that's what we're looking forward to as we move back your way, my brother. Great run by the 88. As always, a super pleasure to talk with you. Congratulations. We're getting ready for the pro late models. What's your take on the pro late models here at Learnerville?
So I feel better in the pros than I do the big blocks. So hopefully we can pull off another W.
Yeah, man.
I just want to chime in before we send you on, Grant. Your save on the backstretch off the edge and able to somehow bring it back and throw it up top into turn 3. If that's not one of those iRacing top 10s that they put together every month, I don't know what is. I would advise you to clip that and send them an email and get you a little publicity, my man, because that was one heck of a save. Probably one of the best, if not top 3 that I've ever seen on the sim in all disciplines, man. What a save.
Hey, thanks. I tell you what, that was a lot of fun flying back, onto the track, getting that air and just planting it and going.
And I was waiting for somebody to not see you or something, and you just found the perfect hole, man. Congrats. Way to save it, man.
Yeah, thanks.
Congratulations, Clayton. You caught up with our winner?
Yes, sir. Scott, this is Clayton in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Man, what a run up front. Watching you, kind of keep Grant, your teammate, behind you at a distance for the most part of the race. Were you finding speed anywhere besides the top tonight in the modifieds?
Yeah, I had to go to the bottom. I told Grant there during a couple of those cautions we had that I didn't have anything for him up on top. 3 and 4, he was killing me on 3 and 4. I was geared way wrong for 3 and 4. So when that last caution come out, I told him I was going to take the inside and I was going to try the bottom, and it worked out for us.
Absolutely, man. Well, where did you Oh, I just went completely blank with my question. I apologize. Who do you got to thank on that 57 tonight for a feature win?
Animal Racing, Stars Motorsports, Outlaw Racing League. You guys got your 6 racing network. You guys do an awesome job here. And of course, Grant and Ryan, we work really good together as a team, and none of this could be possible without them guys.
Well, I see your Discord image as a late model. I'd assume you're a mostly late model guy. Is that kind of your specialty?
I prefer the late models, the pro late models more than anything, I guess. So yeah, I would say so.
Any tips you're gonna give your teammates here coming up?
With Grant, Grant, he's up top all the time, so we got to kind of rein him in, keep him from going off the top. But he's been doing pretty good tonight. I don't think he's went off top once tonight. So just keep her in the racing surface.
Oh, if you don't think he's gone off, I would advise you to go check the broadcasts and watch that feature that we just finished up, because your teammate went off the backstretch out of 2, stayed in the throttle, and was 4 tires off the ground entering 3, and was able to land it on the high side of turn 3 and stick it as if he never went off. I advised him that was probably definitely an iRacing top 10. Email it on in and get you some publicity, because that was one heck of a save. He went off, but he made it look like that was another part of the racetrack out there.
I'll have to ask him about that. I'll have to go back and look at it. I appreciate that, though.
That was a good one. Definitely something to laugh about, man. Congrats on a feature win. Made a little bit of money tonight. Hopefully we'll talk to you again here in about an hour or so.
Scott, this is Joe. Where are you from, man?
Florida, Central Florida.
From South Florida, you said?
No, sir, Central Florida. I live in the Panhandle now.
What part of Central Florida are you from?
Yeah, I live in a town that's called Freeport, Florida. It's right between Destin and Panama City Beach.
Do
What
you
about
drive in real life?
No, I used to run super late models back in the late 90s. I'm 57 years old, so I'm an old guy. We got rid of our car back in 99. So this is my out's a whole lot cheaper.
Man, you know what? I don't want to hear 57 is old. I am 50. Let me see here. I'm 56. We're about to have our first season in a dwarf car out here in California. So, man, 57 is not old. Just like to know where you're from. How did you find the animal racing cats?
I run a couple other leagues and became good friends with Rick Gibson, and of course I've known Grant from NR2000 and stuff a long time, and so I don't know, I guess here about a month, 6 weeks ago, they asked me if I wanted to join them, and I said absolutely.
Man, what a great team you've earned or joined, and man, it appears they made the right decision. Man, 57 is not old. You can't tell me that. As man, I think I just turned 56. Can't remember. We might be the same age, but yeah, man, great run by that 57 driver out of Central Florida. I will now never forget that, and you will forever be known as Scott Scheuer from Central Florida.
Hey, sir, well, I appreciate it very much.
Yeah, man. Clayton, there you have it. There are the big block modifieds. We're about to go pro late model racing here at Learnerville. Man, I cannot wait. The action tonight, a matter of fact, those of you watching the broadcast, let me rewind here. We just saw that incident that you spoke of where Grant Wesley went off of turn 2, I think. Let's pause it right there. And let's go with Grant Wesley. Matter of fact, let's go on board. We will see what Clayton is talking about. There is the 88. He's running behind the 515 on the high side, coming out of turn 2. He goes over the edge, all 4 tires over the edge. You're going to see what Clayton is alluding to right here as he turns it back left, lands it on the high side. Clayton, I don't know if you're seeing what I'm seeing, but man, that is absolutely freaking amazing.
That definitely one of the best saves I've ever seen. I thought he was done. I thought he was going to shoot off. I know there's a downhill back there that leads into pit road. I thought maybe that was a possibility, and like I said, Grant made it look like it was part of the racetrack. He was just off on a Sunday stroll up there. That was one heck of a save.
Yeah, man, if you watch the replay, also, that front stretch, as you know here at Learnerville, gets super rough. So not only did he come back on track, nail the outside, but bounced his way down the front stretch. Pretty amazing. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. There are the big block modifieds from Outlaw Racing League. We will take a quick break, and when we come back, we will have the pro late models, and I cannot wait.
Soldiers, sailors, airmen and women enlist in the armed forces for many reasons, including a sense of duty, patriotism, the adventure, travel, and adrenaline. Many continue their military service because they discover a brother and sisterhood, an identity, a team. When service members are injured or wounded and can no longer perform their military duties, they quickly find themselves removed from their team, no longer serving the purpose for which they trained.
I came back from Afghanistan in 2013, and it was kind of a trial and error of finding out, after the military, what's next in life.
Being forced to leave a military career filled with purpose and pride can be challenging. Some challenges may leave lasting scars. An illness, wound, or injury can make anyone question their worth and sense of belonging after military service.
35 years in the Army, and I needed something to transition into. And so from that transition came an idea, and the idea was this.
Even though a military career may be coming to an end, or already ended, recovery can occur in the most unexpected places with unforeseen opportunities. Recovery, whether physical or mental, has no defined beginning or ending. It may last a lifetime.
For me, one of the biggest surprises that I found out going through it was that it's not like the flu where, you get sick and then you get better. You're never cured. And that's so frustrating. It's so hard to tell someone that. And it's so easy to slip back. And every single time you have to find a new way to fight it, it's a different monster every time you battle it.
This can feel daunting to a warrior who is suddenly forced to leave everything they know, trust, and love, finding themselves at the beginning of an unknown and possibly frightening new journey. Welcome to the world of motorsports.
We're in the right place at the right time in our lives to be able to take these guys that are wounded and put them in front of people that can actually show them that there is a camaraderie, there's a brotherhood within the motorsports industry, that there is potential for career opportunities for them if they have the skill set.
Motorsports offers an opportunity to regain that sense of identity within a safe, fast-paced team environment, providing a renewed sense of purpose. It has many facets, all created by teams working together for success on the track. Like in the military, in motorsports the goal is in accomplishing the mission, winning as a team, collectively celebrating the successes and supporting teammates through the losses. Through motorsport opportunities, Operation Motorsport assists medically transitioning service members and veterans with discovering new ways of achieving a renewed sense of hope, purpose and pride.
Besides the basic brake changing, oil changing, tire rotation, I've actually learned how to assemble and disassemble some engine parts, change some axles, do some alignments and stuff. So give it a try. You never know. This was nothing that I expected. I did not expect to be fully suited, jumping over a wall while cars are going 100 and something miles an hour.
From motors to media, tires to tickets, and hot laps to hospitality. Operation Motorsport provides beneficiaries the chance to become immersed within professional motorsports and provides them with the opportunity to find out firsthand what captivates their imagination and interest. These opportunities provide an avenue of discovery within the motorsports immersion or diversionary therapy programs, all within the Excite, Engage and Empower recovery programs. Operation Motorsport also offers virtual engagements and recovery opportunities through an iRacing league, engaging beneficiaries in a safe, competitive environment from the comfort and safety of their home. Meeting other like-minded people, service members and veterans on the virtual racetrack, opening the doors to Motorsport Academy programs that prepare beneficiaries for their first encounters at the racetrack, and possibly leading to a day when they can get behind the wheel.
A team environment's a perfect place for people like us to kind of get back into some kind of normalcy when you go through a lot when you get medically discharged. And it kind of sucks and you put through the ringer, but I feel like what Operation Motorsport's doing is just something that's just really valuable.
Operation Motorsport prides itself in keeping beneficiaries engaged after the race weekend, throughout their recovery and beyond, through our recovery programs, or as a member of the 22 pit crew. No matter the background or story, Operation Motorsport is always there to listen, provide a safe and comfortable space, and a trusted circle of confidence that is open and honest about what difficulties may lie ahead for those transitioning out of a military career. Operation Motorsport believes in the power of team, identity, and purpose.
Yes, that's why. So we'll just give them a quick brush and then we'll get our stuff on, and then we have like an obstacle course. And so
I'm smiling.
You don't know why you're smiling. We always smile. Smiling's the best.
The Mission 22 Equine Program is a riding program for children of veterans. We also serve grandchildren or direct family members of veterans.
It's a lot of fun, and I've always loved horses. So.
We have private lessons and group lessons, but it's not just riding. You know, riding lessons, people just think that that's all it is. But we have the opportunity here to really build confidence, to lower stress levels, to give them an outlet and opportunity to spend time doing something healthy and productive. Mission 22 is really based on the foundation of the importance for family. It's why we're supporting families here. So in a time where kids' programs are being canceled left and right, school is shut down, they're not able to be around their friends, you know, being able to have an opportunity where they can just be together and let go of that stress and be around people. Again, honestly, it's just really that simple, being around people. You know, who would have thought that it was something as simple as that?
That's okay. You want to grab his reins, and then I'll have you walk him forward. It's really a special thing to watch these kids come every week and build a partnership and a relationship with their horse. It lets them forget about everything that's going on in life, being able to come here, kind of shut the world out a little bit, and have a really stress-free, fun environment.
There's tons of studies that have been done on lowering of cortisol levels of children, and especially with children of veterans, often growing up in a household that can be a more stressful place, to be able to have an outlet where they can be outside, fresh air, horses around them, and just growing in that confidence.
Horses are really unique. They're very intuitive to people. They're very emotionally intelligent. They're very emotional animals, very in tune to people. They have a great way of reading people as well. They can pick up on if you're feeling nervous or scared or excited. They're very reflective to how you feel. And so it's a great way to kind of check in with yourself and see how you're feeling, because they'll let you know.
When you're riding bareback, it's really important to think about keeping your thighs nice and snug.
Watch your spacing. Remember 1 to 2 horse lengths in between. Nice work. Yep, then you're going to go through the blue barrels, and you can weave through them, and you can walk through them.
Before we came to Central Oregon, we were based out of Portland. So we were renting an office in the city, we were having to pay to board horses, and it was getting to be exceptionally expensive. And so what it came down to was an opportunity to have a facility that we could grow programs out, that we could have the equine program on our own property that, you know, we can continue to operate during a time that nobody really knew kind of what was happening next. And so having our own facility gave us the freedom to continue serving the families that we care about.
It's so fun to see parents come and talk to each other, and being able to kind of share stories, watch their kids together is a really neat thing. Talk about just life in general, having a place to come and to really connect with people. Obstacles.
I really like riding the horse because it's the best thing ever, and it's so exciting.
By supporting families of veterans on this property through the equine program, it really gives us the opportunity to show that importance. So we're not just supporting their kids, but we're supporting their families. They're having a community here, and building that strong family foundation builds a strong veteran. And that is something that we very much believe in, is supporting the family, supporting the veteran, and that cohesiveness together.
Yes.
History repeats itself. History is always happening over and over again. So one of the ways to stop a theme, one of the ways to stop something from reoccurring is to first of all admit it. It didn't take long for us to quickly realize that there was power behind Mission 22, power behind its brand, power behind its message, and power behind its people that represented it.
All right, my friends, day 19 of 22, the 22-day push-up challenge. Day 19 means 418 men and women have possibly committed suicide in the last 19 days. I went and looked up my ship, the USS Rushmore. More people have killed themselves by now than ever served on our ship at one time in just 19 days.
19, 20, 21. One more. Y'all ready for the last one?
You know, Mission 22 has become a decentralized, nationwide effort to show love, to raise money, to be available for other warriors, to be able to be a point of contact, to let the warriors know, but also for warriors to let other warriors know that there is a community. You're not alone. This isn't happening in silence. You're not forgotten. We brought 4 veterans from all different parts of the United States and brought them together to hike through the state of Oregon.
May God bless you on your journey. Thank you for serving our country and for being willing to go on this walk. I'm praying you feel peace and strength with each mile.
On this hike, some folks found God, some folks remained sober, some folks lost a significant amount of weight to be able to participate. And not so much just a healing walk for us as warriors, but for us to contribute to other people's healing. This hike, we raised $12,000 for endobiogeny. Some of the folks on this hike, they're going to be volunteers for this treatment. And I couldn't be more pleased and more proud because it was difficult. We had a lot of struggles. Not everything on this hike went pretty, but we put some skin in the game. At the end of the day, we were able to raise money, and we'll be able to use that money so guys can get the treatment that they need. The War at Home Monument is an example of our social impact, of our awareness, of our permanent fixture to do the work that we can't always do, to always remind us of what we've lost and what we will lose if we don't reconcile it. What we've done is taken 20 different veterans with their family's permission and used them as a silhouette to cut out of a 3,000-pound plate of steel. These warriors are placed in a V, and this is to show the size of the problem. This is to show the empty space they leave behind, and it's also to be a constant reminder of what happens.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are with the Pro Late Models. We're about to go qualifying. Matter of fact, Michael Vitale at the top of the board with your Tight Lines Apparel quick time with a 14.686 in the 213. Clayton, we saw that 213 be quick all night in just about anything that he has ran. Are you surprised with Michael Vitale at the top of the board?
Not really. Michael's been putting in a lot of time from what I've heard from some of the guys this week. Testing a lot of Learnerville. Almost every night I've jumped in just to say hey, and he's practicing. So not surprised. He's got almost a 10th on Grant Wesley, and then it's a bunch of 14.7s and 8s behind him. So Michael's kind of in his own league right now. We'll see if he can keep up the speed here coming up to the heat races.
Yeah, man, he's got to hate to hear that word of Grant Wesley behind him, but nonetheless, Vitale, Wesley, Scheuer, Roberts, Cox, your top 5 in Pro Late Models here at Learnerville. We're about ready to go racing. Looks like 8 cars took time in the qualifying. We got about 30 seconds left. I'm not sure who we're missing, Clayton. Trying to count here. Eddie Neal is with us. Vitale Jr. is with us. Who are we missing here? The 171 car is missing.
Yeah, that's the only one I noticed so far.
And that's it. So only the 171 car does not make the grid. We are getting ready for your 40-lap feature. Michael Vitale will get your Tight Lines Apparel quick time. Have a passion for the great outdoors and fishing? Tight Lines Apparel has your fishing apparel needs for the whole family, from women's to men's and youth sizes. Family owned and operated. Tight Lines Apparel has a passion for the outdoors, and everything is custom made to order, from tees to hoodies. Tight Lines Apparel is your one-stop shop for all your fishing apparel needs. Act now and use code SIMRACERSHIP for free shipping. That's SIMRACERSHIP for free shipping. Be sure to give them a like and follow on Facebook and Instagram and get the whole family set up with Tight Lines Apparel. Keep it tight with Tight Lines Apparel. Michael Vitale on the front row with Grant Wesley to his outside. Scott Scheuer in row 2 with Billy Roberts to his outside. Ryan Stillwell will be on the outside of row number 3 with Chris Cox to his inside. Eddie Neal and Anthony Vitale Jr. will round out your field of 8 drivers. That 88 car has kind of put a stake there on the top 3. Let's see the 88 with his teammate once again, the driver out of Central Florida. That's the 57 of Scott Scheuer. He's on the inside behind his teammate. Green flag comes at Chris Cox. Not sure what happened on the start. Chris Cox got a little bit sideways there. Let's take a look here. Looks like Chris Cox just got a little bit loose.
I think it was off the nose of the 318 there, Joe. It looked like the 318 of Eddie Neal got into the back of him and kind of lifted the rear of the car up.
Yeah, it sure does. 318 gets into the back of the 515. Chris Cox, he's able to hold on to it-ish. Those two make contact. 318 around. So we will rack them and restack them here. Michael Vitale at the front of the field. Lights are off on the pace truck, getting ready to go green. '88 car of Grant Wesley on the inside of the 213. 213 with a good restart. Wesley trying to get down to the inside, but it will be Michael Vitale into turn one as Scheuer and the '88 car of Grant Wesley battle it out. Billy Roberts on the outside of the 515 of Chris Cox. Oh, the 9 car. Ryan Stillwell on a rope here. He gets by the 515. Now Cox moves back to P6. Up front, Vitale opens up a good lead over Grant Wesley. Scheuer in P3. Billy Roberts in P4. Ryan Stillwell in the 09. He's running the high side. He's got Chris Cox to his rear bumper. Eddie Neal in P7 and Anthony Vitale Jr. in P8. Up front, Vitale getting away from the field on lap 5 of 10. 213 car running that high side. Let's take a look as Vitale goes into turn 3 and 4. Looks like he has the car. The car sets almost perfect in 3 and 4. Grant Wesley in P2.
Billy Roberts there in 4th. He's got the speed to keep up with the top 3 in front of him. And with us inverting the top 4, you don't really want a sandbag, but if I'm Billy, I'm just hanging out in 4th right now because when we invert the top 4 for the feature, that means I'm starting up front.
Yes, sir. Put that 99 on the front row, so you're 3 and 4, which is Scheuer and Roberts. The rest of the field does not like to see that. If the race were to end this lap, those would be your top 2. As the 213 comes off of turn 4, Vitale working that high side almost to perfection. 88 car of Grant Wesley in P2, followed by Scheuer. We are coming to 1 to go. Vitale off the exit of turn 4. 1 to go. Vitale, Wesley, Scheuer, Roberts. They might be doing just what you suggested there, Clayton. 2 more corners to go for the 213 as he puts that right rear over the ledge. It will be Vitale, Wesley, Scheuer, Roberts, your top 4.
Man, Michael Vitale stretched away to almost a 1.5-second lead over everybody. I think Michael Vitale, even though he's starting from 4th, I think he might have a car here to beat these guys.
Yeah, man. How about during the break we pull up Michael Vitale for a conversation?
Absolutely. I'm going to make a quick announcement, and then I'll bring him.
Michael Vitale puts it on the wins his heat race. We will see how that plays out here. As the drivers have 2 minutes to get their setups put back together. Clayton
Michael,
has Michael in the booth.
Hey, Mike, it's Clayton. You got me?
I got you, brother.
Man, you pulled away to almost a 1.5-second lead there over Grant Wesley. You just look, your car's got the new gear in it that Grant Wesley usually has. And seeing you pull away the way you did, man, I know you're going to start fourth with the top 4 inverting. Do you think you're going to be able to get back up there and maybe bring home a feature win tonight?
I'm going to try my hardest, that's for sure.
Did you, we saw that right rear getting close to the ledge. We saw you do it in the modifieds, move down when it went away. I haven't done much late model practice myself. I'm sure you guys have, but do you kind of get the same effect in the late model like you do the modified, moving down? Is it still fast?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm just going to run that outside lip as long as I can and then just kind of bring it down a little bit.
Well, your teammate's starting on the front row. Looks like you'll be starting fourth. So, yeah, you'll be to the outside. I assume Billy possibly takes the outside. Outlaw Racing on the outside front 2 rows, man. Hopefully you guys can get by the inside and maybe drive away with it. Who knows? Bring Outlaw a win tonight.
That's it. As long as we have fun, that's what counts.
Yes, sir. Well, congrats on your heat win. Tight Lines pole award as well. Good luck in the feature.
Thank you, Clayton.
There's Michael Vitale in that 213, put on a clinic in qualifying and in his heat race. We're getting ready to go 40 laps for your feature of pro late models right here at Learnerville. We will, excuse me, we will get your lineup here momentarily as we wrap up warm-ups as the cars get their final setups in line. Billy Roberts, Scott Scheuer on the front row. Grant Wesley on the inside of Michael Vitale in row number 2. Chris Cox, Ryan Stillwell in 3. Eddie Neal is on the inside of Michael Vitale on row number 4. What are you looking for here, Clayton?
Man, I think it's going to be, like Michael said, run the top lip as much as you can. Who can avoid going over? Who can run the top? And then who can make the adjustment?
Yeah, man.
Who can make the adjustment and get down to the bottom?
Yeah, it's that feast or famine. And we saw Grant Wesley. He went to the top side about 1 lap too late. So who makes the call at the right time? 99 car, that is Independence, Missouri. Billy Roberts, owner-operator of Gears Unlimited, will roll off on the pole. We saw the 57 car. Roberts will take the outside, as Scott Scheuer in the 57 car will roll off on the inside of row number 1. He's got his teammate behind him. That is the 88 of Grant Wesley. And we talked to Michael Vitale. He's on the outside of row number 2, so we will see how Vitale can do here as we're getting ready to go. Green pace truck is off. Green flag is out. We are underway. Wow. Billy Roberts shot out of a cannon to the lead.
Oh, he gets tight in 1 and 2.
Billy Roberts turns it in turn number 2. He's able to gather it back up. Roberts, followed by Vitale, Ryan Stillwell, Chris Cox, Anthony Vitale Jr. flirts with that top side as the 57 of Scheuer falls back. Scheuer falls back 3 positions.
Man, Michael just seems to have the car so much straighter in the corner than Billy Roberts. That 99's not liking the top. It's stepping out on him really bad. If he can get around Billy, you know, he's got a couple of heavy hitters, Ryan Stillwell and Chris Cox behind him. Well, we'll see if these Outlaw guys can't maintain 1 and 2, as, you know, the 2 more dominant tonight, at least, Scott Scheuer and Grant Wesley, they moved all the way back to 5th and 6th.
As the top 2 pull away from the field, Stillwell and Cox. That is the battle for... Oh! Stillwell puts that right rear over the ledge. He's able to hold on. The 09 is still in P3, the final podium position. Cox, Scheuer trying to come through the field. As is...
Billy Roberts is off the track.
There is the 99. No worries. Does the 99 get back on? Yes, he will. He comes back in P6. That will put Vitale up to a big lead over Stillwell. On lap 7 of 40, Chris Cox in P3. Those are your podium. Is Vitale, Stillwell, Cox. Scheuer now moves back up to P4. As Grant Wesley is working that bottom side in the 88 machine.
Man, that 99 ran a slider line that lap and just tried to get the car to turn in the middle of the corner, and it just pushed all the way up and off onto the backstretch ledge. Wasn't quite able to pull a Grant Wesley back up into turn 3, but he was able to get back on track. Running one spot out of the top 5. Gonna need a caution here at some point to maybe re-rack him and see if he can't pick up a few spots. These guys are single file right now, and Michael has got every
on a
bit of
rail.
racetrack that he wants right now. Nice and clear.
Yeah, Vitali on a rail. Let's go on board with Vitali and see what it looks like around Learnerville. He's running the high side in 1 and 2. You can see somebody up there. Eddie Neal is the first car in threat of going a lap down.
Man, Ryan Stillwell ran a 15.4 2 laps ago, and Michael Vitali was able to put a 14.9 down. Caution comes out for Michael's brother, Anthony Vitali. See what happens here.
Looks like he just oh smokes. He went way low in 3 and 4. 318 able to woe up. So that 213 early on in this race has it figured out, Clayton. That 213 is on a rail.
Yeah, I wouldn't even be sweating if I was Michael right now. I'd, take a minute, think about what I got to do. I'm definitely picking the top if I'm him. I'm picking the top if I'm Michael, and hopefully I can get a good jump on the field and, just drive away again. He worked up to almost a 2.5 second lead before that caution came out. I think that 213's got the track figured out best right now with the late models.
Here we go. 213 at the front of the field selects the outside. Green flag is out. We're back underway. Vitali picks up right where he left off. He's going to run the outside. 09, that is Stillwell. He's in P2. Scheuer, my apologies, he's up to P3. So put Scott back into a podium position. Followed by Chris Cox in the 515. Stillwell, we've seen that 09 Clayton run the bottom in just about every track we go to. Here at Learnerville, top in 1 and 2, bottom in 1 and 2, top in 3 and 4 seems to be the recipe as Stillwell dives down low. Scheuer trying to make up that gap. He is in P3. Chris Cox, Grant Wesley in the 88. Looks like Wesley has not found that line yet. He may find it late race as he did in the big block modifieds. Billy Robertson P6, Anthony Vitali Jr. and Eddie Neal at the back of the field battling it out.
And as Ryan Stillwell, runs his bottom line, he kind of comes up. He's made a little distance now, but he was cutting off Scott Scheuer, forcing Scott to check up a little bit. And that's when Michael's gap just grew and grew. It's already up to a 1.5 second lead here, not even halfway through. Man, if we stay green, Michael might just be checked out by the end of this one.
How did 213? He has found something that car likes for sure. Vitali up to, as Clayton alluded to, over a second gap between himself and the 09 of Stillwell. Scott Scheuer in P3 on lap 19 of 40. So we do have a ways to go. We're closing in. This will be halfway next time by. Michael Vitali, last time by, let's see.
1.7 at the line this time.
Yeah, he's still quicker than Stillwell last time by as we look at the board.
I think the only one that put a faster lap that last time by was Eddie Neal, 15 flat to Mikey's 15.1. Michael and Ryan Stillwell put down almost similar here. 15.1.
Oh, Chris Cox now. Chris Cox in the picture. He gets underneath the 57. While this battle is going on, Clayton, let's turn it up one more time to close out your pro late models here at Learnerville. That are a few laps around Lernerville as Vitali pulls up on his brother. That is lap traffic below. On lap 26 of 40, 27 now. Vitali with no hesitation getting by that 21 machine. Stillwell still on the bottom as the 88 car of Grant Wesley. He's still on the top side. Scheuer has fallen back to P5. Chris Cox gets by. Grant Wesley gets by. Billy Roberts now in the 99. He is in P6, followed by Eddie Neal and Anthony Vitali Jr. Up front, man, Michael Vitali on a rail.
(15.3) to Ryan Stillwell's 15.4 last lap. Michael's still showing the fastest lap by 0.2 of a second when this race started at 14.8 to a 15 flat. So Michael's definitely got something found out in this car right now.
Yeah, man, on lap coming to 31 of 40. Michael Vitali closing in on the 318 of Eddie Neal.
And man, when you're leading the race right now, the only thing you don't want to see is a yellow flag come across your screen. You just stay green, Sunday stroll, keep on ticking away the laps, come home with a win. Last thing you want to do is have a caution, re-rack the field, and somebody have a shot at taking the win away from you.
We will fall along behind that 213. He's still on that high side, but he is right on the cushion. He's not really tempting the very high side. As that we see the top starting to wear out a little bit. Stillwell in P2. We got a mess back here. Stillwell and Wesley. Those two going at it. That's the 09. They're teammates from Animal Racing. Grant Wesley on the high side. Stillwell down low. 88 with the preferred line. That will put Grant Wesley in P2. What the 88 needs now? A caution to pull up to the rear bumper of the 213. Grant Wesley, Michael Vitali with, I can't believe it, 3-second gap between himself and Grant Wesley.
He's 0.2 a second faster than Michael right now, but just like we saw in the modified race, I think it's a few laps too late. As long as we stay green, I think Michael will be fine. He's only got 4 to go here. 0.2 a lap. The math's just not adding up. I think Michael will be okay as long as we stay green, bring it home P1.
Man, I do not remember Michael Vitali being a pro late model specialist, but man, he looks all of that and then some tonight in that 213, running on the high side. Grant Wesley in P2. Let's see if we can go to Far Chase to give you an idea of how far these two are apart. There you go. We are behind the 88. That is Michael Vitali in the 213 in front of the 88.
And Grant back to the top, just putting the right rear right on the ledge. Looks like white flag's out right here. Michael, keep it clean. 2 more corners.
213, Michael Vitali coming out of turn 4 for the win in convincing fashion. Vitali, Wesley, Stillwell, Cox, Scheuer, Billy Roberts, Eddie Neal, and Anthony Vitali Jr. What a dominant race that was by the 213, Clayton.
Absolutely. 2.5 seconds at the line.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will get a word with your top 3 here momentarily as Animal Racing continues to put cars on the podium, but it is the night of Michael Vitali who puts that car into victory lane. As soon as Clayton gets the podium shot, we will get a word with your top 3. Matter of fact, let's pull Stillwell. It appears he is. Let's pull the 09 of Ryan Stillwell up. I see Grant Wesley Clayton waiting on Stillwell to come into the booth. There he is. Ryan Stillwell brings the 09 car home P3. Ryan, this is Joe. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, that's how you get it done right there. That 09 was on a rail. Walk us through your night in the 09 here at Learnerville in the Pro Late Models.
I mean, really just I felt like I had speed there for practice and then went out for quali and played it too conservative and ended up qualing towards the back. Same story as all night, basically, and dug myself a hole, and I don't even think I hit it. I was way too tight there that whole race and couldn't even run the top shelf and had the wrong gear in it because I was hoping to run the top, and I don't even think we were a sixth place car, but a little bit of luck and some guys having some bad luck got us up to third, so we'll take it.
Yeah, man, absolutely. So do you, the Animal Racing crew, do you guys run the same setup or are they specific per the driver?
A lot of us will run similar stuff. I maybe gear tweaks, things like that. And sometimes we run totally different stuff based off the track. Like Kokomo last week, I know me and Grant were on similar setups, but mine was tweaked on the left rear and right front and the gearing to run the bottom, where his was set up for the top. But
yeah, man, it's great to see the 09 Animal Racing put this onto the podium in P3. Who do you want to thank for your podium finish?
gotta thank my teammates first and foremost: Rick, Scott, Grant, Zane, all those guys that help me. They help do some testing and everything. It's what makes us somewhat fast. And you for putting on a great broadcast as always, Joe, and Clayton for being a great admin and everything, and all the sponsors that make this possible. Because without them, we wouldn't be able to race.
Yeah, man, great run by the 09. Congratulations, and we'll see you next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Clayton, you got Grant?
Yes, I do. Grant, it's Clayton up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, I think the modified drama kind of followed you to the late models as far as starting to make moves, gaining on the leader. I mean, you took almost a 3.5 second lead down to 2 seconds, just a little too late. Was what was the cause of that? You know, being back there, just kind of stuck behind some teammates, battling a little too long.
Well, so I started the race third, and then in turn one there was a little kabobble there coming off two, and I got basically shuffled back to nearly last. So I just was trying to be patient, not overdrive the car, keep it on the track, which mission accomplished. All three races, I only went off once, so I'll take that as a win. But yeah, it was just getting behind early and just trying to be patient. And Mike, he was fast. I mean, he definitely earned this win.
Absolutely, man. Who do you got to thank on that 88 car tonight?
I'd like to thank A&J Landscaping, Gears Unlimited, Vitale Motorsports, and Tight Lines Apparel for all you guys do. Thank you, Clayton, as always. Joe with Got Your Six Racing Network. Looking forward to watching the broadcast back. I'd like to thank my teammates at Animal Racing. We had a good showing tonight, so good run there by Ryan to get a podium. I'd like to thank my friends and family for watching, and my girlfriend Brittany.
Well, I know that there's a couple wins for you tonight as far as the street stock, sweeping the street stock qualify and feature win. And I know Got Your Six Racing Network does highlights of the week at times. I've seen it on the YouTube page, and I can guarantee you, I would be willing to bet a paycheck that 88 save in the modified, man, you made my night pulling that off. I can't express to you how impressive that was, brother. Great save, great running tonight. All around, congratulations for you guys at Animal Racing, man. Good running.
Hey, thanks.
Michael Vitale drives the 213 into victory lane. Michael, this is Joe. You got me?
I got you, Joe.
That thing was on an absolute rail. What'd you find, man?
I tell you, I went to the outside and I was able to throttle it around and keep it out there and hold it out as far as I could. And I was waiting for the time of the race where I was going to have to come down quite a bit. And there was a lot of white knuckling going on there, Joe. A lot of white. I almost 2 laps to go. I almost dumped it coming out of 3 and 4.
You know, Clayton and I were talking earlier tonight on the broadcast about when that 213 came into iRacing, man. And I have to tell you, this is probably one of the best victories that I personally have seen because, man, I have had the pleasure to watch you from the beginning. You nailed the high side, right? Not anyone can run the high side at Learnerville, and you put that right rear right up on the cushion, right on the edge, and man, one of the best on the sim. That's what it looked like to me. And it was not that long ago that I watched you come into the league, and man, that was amazing to watch. That car was 100% dominant. And if you're a guy like me, you go down late because that top gets slick. You did not falter, man, in that 213. Congratulations on the victory. Absolutely wonderful to see, my friend. Yeah, I don't even know what to say. No one had anything for the 213 tonight. You were on a rail in the pro late models.
Yeah, I was very fortunate tonight, and like I said, I took some gambles and stayed up there, and I appreciate everything, Joe. You know, like you said, it's been a journey. Just being able to compete with these guys is, you know, I got my on weeks, my off weeks, but to compete with these guys, Grant, Ryan, you know, Chris, Scott, Billy, Eddie, Jake, all these guys here, and with you as well as you on Friday Night Lights, you know, it's a pleasure.
Yeah, and did we not talk earlier this week about how rough a go it's been in the past, I think you said 3 or 4 weeks or whatever it was. Brother, those days are over. There are good days. The 213 is in victory lane. Who would you like to thank for your victory?
I want to thank all my teammates, Gears Unlimited, Eddie Neal Enterprises, and I want to put a shout out to Billy Roberts. You know, he's always there pushing me, picking me back up when I'm having them bad days. You and Clayton for putting this on, and my wife for always letting me, you know, take the time to do this.
Yeah, man, that's absolutely wonderful. Congratulations on the victory.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. So there you have it, Clayton. There is Outlaw Racing League at Learnerville. Last thoughts.
Man, just what a dominating performance by Michael there in the late model, and overall just good racing all night long tonight. These guys were able to stick it. Not a lot of, you know, contact that was unnecessary. You know, some tough racing, a little bit of net code. We didn't see too many problems with that tonight, so that was good. But these guys just overall, man, they do such a good job racing each other. They awesome group of guys to be around. I love Tuesday nights. 1, because it's Taco Tuesday. I'm starving. 2 is being able to run, you know, run such a good league. Having these guys involved like they are, you know, makes my night, man. Being able to put together something for these guys. They put on one heck of a show week in and week out.
Yeah, man. And again, thank you for joining me in the booth, my brother. What a great night for Outlaw Racing League. And until Friday, man, is when you and I will meet again. Everybody else, Friday night, will be back on the air. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. And until next time, we'll see ya.
1, 2, 3. I love it, Molly.
They say it's a matter of time, 1,000 days and the sun won't shine.